welcome to this week's harmonica lesson, and today we are going to be looking at part 3 of your slow blues. So it's going to be the point where you get to kind of release all that energy, because you've been pretty controlled for the first two goes round your 12 bars. So yeah, what I've done is I've done a selection of licks that fit together pretty nicely over the 12 bar, but it's not as much of a kind of solo that flows from one part to the next. It's just a bunch of licks that you can use for your kind of high energy slow blues stuff, and you don't need to use them all, but I'll play it as a 12 bar example, and then I'll talk you through it. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. Right, so that is your 12 bar kind of build up to kind of powerful stuff. So let's start with that first lick. So the first lick sounds like this. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 draw, 5 draw, 6 blow, and then you're playing 6 draw twice with that inflection, the tia tia. So one thing that you'll notice is the 6 draw bends really easily, like stupidly easily, and if you put too much bending effort into it, you kind of fall off the bend at the other end. So it's just a teeny tiny bit of bend you want to put on it, and you get that full bend there. So yeah, let's go through that. 4 draw, 5 draw, 6 blow, 6 draw, 6 draw, kia kia. And I'm going to end it with a triplet. So 6 draw bent, 5 draw, 6 blow. So triplet, then ending on the 6 blow. D, 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 D. Okay, so that whole lick. So 1, 2, 3. So the second time you play it, put a little variation in. We add the 7 blow just before you play that triplet at the end of the lick. So going up into scary high territory. So the top octave. So you start the same, 4 draw, 5 draw, 6 blow, then the 6 draw, which you hold, and then 7 blow, 6 draw bent, 5 draw. So that little triplet, and then you end on the 6 blow. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. So that's your first 4 bars of the slow blues, part 3. And then we're going to go to the 4 chord, and we'll get this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we've got repeating triplets. So 4 blow, 4 draw bent, 4 draw. So that's and you want to keep it even, so it wants to be 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3, and you're going to accentuate the first note of the triplet. That doesn't mean holding it for longer, it just means hitting it harder. So that 4 blow, bow, 4 draw bent, 4 draw. One, two, three, triplet, triplet. Okay? So you play that for a bar. So that was almost a bar. Play it for 4 beats. Full bar. Don't do it like me. And then you go to 3 draw with that tiny blue third, kind of little bend on it, and you're hitting it on the beat. So and then you've got a triplet at the end, which is the little blue third, that first bend, and then you're bending down a whole tone on the 3-hole, so, and then 3 blow. So, D, D, D. And you can hit it really hard. Okay? And then after that we get to a little Walter trick. So it's a little trick that little Walter used, which is playing the three draw with that little bit of bend, but with your mouth slightly wide, so you're letting a bit of the 4 draw in as well, so you get this nice bleedy sound there. So we're doing triplets again over the beat, so 1 2 3 2 2 3 3 2 3 4 2 3. And you can put a bit of hand wire on the beginning of the triplet, and it's just 3 4 draw, wah wah wah, with a little, so you got that little bit of 4 in there. Listen to Little Walter playing Key to the Highway. You can find it on YouTube. Sounds awesome, and he's all about the got those kind of big, deep 3 4. So we're playing that for a bar. Two, 3. So you're doing the coming into the 5 chord there, and we're playing. So that 1 draw, 2 blow, 1 draw, 2 blow. You should have that down by now, because that's a lick that we use a lot. And then hitting that 4 draw with a little bit of inflection at the beginning. So kia kia, and holding with vibrato. So 1 2 3. And at the end of that, you're doing a little triplet, 4 draw bent, 4 draw bent. And then 4 blow. So we're doing, I'll do that whole 5/4 section. 1 2 3. So just before we come into that 1 chord, we're doing 2 draw, and then that little 3 4 twice. So 3 4 draw with a bit of bend, and then coming in onto the 2 draw. And then we're going to play a slightly different turnaround, but before we get to that, let's just play through that whole run from 5 4 to 1, nice and slowly. So 1 2 3. Okay, and then the last 2 bars of your 12-bar progression will sound like this. Okay, so we're playing around on that 2-draw. So you're doing 2-draw, bum 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 bum. So 2-draw, 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 until you get to that change, which is going to be the 2-draw, bent a whole tone down, and then 1 blow. Sorry, 1 draw, not 1 blow. So. So 2-draw, 2-draw, whole tone bend, 1 draw. Bam, 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 and that's the whole turnaround. So let's play through the whole thing, and then that'll be us. So 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. Two, three. And that's your full part 3 of the slow 12-bar blues. So these are licks that you can just, chop up and use in your own solos. Kind of good, quite high energy licks, and it's how you tack it. Like if I was playing the last 3 weeks worth of lessons, all 3 parts in a solo, I would start off being really low in the mix, like not playing very hard, and slowly building up the energy by playing harder and harder and harder until kind of at the end where I'm doing like really heavy stuff. So yeah, join me next week for some new harmonica stuff, a whole new project. Take it easy.